Hello and welcome to another episode of Bits and Pieces Plays Board Games. This time we were playing Whitehall Mystery, which is a hidden movement game for 2 to 4 players. A game in which one player is secretly trying to move around the board, reaching 4 checkpoints and escape. The other 1 to 3 players are trying to capture them before the other player is able to get away. This time we were playing with 2 players. Gav was playing the role of the hidden player while I was controlling the 3 police figures. So in the game, Gav is going to be moving around the board in secret. So he will be logging where he is, but he won't actually be placing a piece on the board, while I will be moving the policeman around the board in an attempt to capture him. He will start at one of 4 locations. We'll have to reach the other 3 without being caught. Now, Gav moves in secret along the numbered circles. So you can see you've got white circles, black circles, and these blue circles. The white circles denote 4 quadrants of the board, and Gav will have to choose a checkpoint in each one. He'll write this down on his pad of paper, which will be hidden from me here. So he'll choose 1 number from this section of white circles, 1 number from this section, 1 number from here, and 1 number from here. And he'll do that before the start of the game. Then he'll start at one of those that he's chosen. He'll have to then move and reach the other 3. Once he reaches the final one, he wins the game. However, if I manage to catch him before he reaches the final one, I win. So how does Gav move? Well, when we begin, he'll choose one of the 4 spaces that he's written down, and each turn he'll move between the numbered spaces. Let's say he starts at 51. He can move to any connected numbered space via the dotted line. He ignores the little black squares as they are purely for the policeman. So, for instance, from 51, he could move to 69, 52, 53, 33, 32, 31, 30, 48, 49, 50. There's lots of options for him to start from there. And the way he'll do that is he will simply write down on this sheet of paper that logs his moves the number that he is moving to. He won't actually move anything on the board. After he's moved, he'll let me know that he's confirmed his move, and he will move along this move counter. If he ever reaches the end of this move counter and hasn't reached the next checkpoint, he loses the game. So he has 15 moves to reach the next checkpoint. Once he reaches a checkpoint, he declares that he's reached it, and this resets to 0. Once he's moved, it's then the turn of the policeman. And so the policeman, there'll be 3 on the board, starting on these yellow marked squares. On the police turn, in numbered order, so each police card has a number. So from 1 to 5, there are 5 to choose from. You'll choose 3, and in order they move, and they can move 0, 1, or 2 spaces along the dotted lines, but moving between the smaller black squares. So the police ignore the circled spaces, and the killer ignores the black squares. So, for instance, yellow always moves first, and so could move 2 spaces, 1, 2, along the dotted lines. Policemen can move through each other, but they cannot end their move in the same space. So, for instance, I could move 1, but I couldn't move here. That's blocked. Once all the police have moved in order, then they can do one of 2 actions. They can either search for clues, or they can make an arrest. When they search for clues, they look for evidence that the killer has been there in all adjacent numbered circles, 1 at a time. So if we have a look at Detective Inspector Reed over here, the green policeman, he declares that he is searching for clues, and so in the order of his choice, he searches the adjacent numbered circles. So 85, 86, 87. 71, however, and 84 are not adjacent because there is a space separating the policeman from them. So he would then ask the hidden player, have you been to 85? And the hidden player will consult their sheet, and if they have been there, they will say yes. And a clue token is placed on that space. The moment a policeman finds a clue, they have to stop searching for clues. So Reed would then no longer be able to search 86 and 87 that turn. So his turn ends. If, however, you do not find a clue, you may continue searching the adjacent spaces. So if I say, have you been to 85? They say no, I can then ask 86. If they say no, I can ask 87, and so on. However, the moment I find a clue, the action is over. To make an arrest, you simply choose a single adjacent space and you declare, I'm making an arrest at. For instance, if yellow's making an arrest, I'm making an arrest at 89. If the hidden player is there, they are arrested and the game is over. If they are not on that space, then no other information is revealed, and the policeman's turn ends. So the policemen then take their actions. So they move, then take an action, either looking for clues or making an arrest. Then at the end of the round, if the hidden player has reached one of the checkpoints they're trying to reach, then they declare that they have reached the checkpoint, and they place a red marker down on the map, indicating where they are and that the checkpoint has been reached. So they'll choose one of their 4 checkpoints to start at and indicate it with a red marker before taking their first move. So at the start of the game, we'll know where they're moving from. Then once they reach the first checkpoint of their choice, they can tackle them in any order. So they could go, if they started there, they could go all the way to the other corner, and then to the rest. There's no set order. It's up to them. At the end of the round, if they've reached one of the checkpoint spaces, they declare that they have reached the space and they place down a discovery marker. All clue markers on the board are cleared, and the hidden player moves down to the next column on their log sheet. So, for instance, for their while they're racing to the first checkpoint, they're using this row here. But the moment they reach the checkpoint, they log the checkpoint that they're at in the starting space and begin using this row. With the clue markers cleared away, when I search for clues, I can now only find clues for places they've been on the current checkpoint journey. So, for instance, they reach the first checkpoint. Any clue markers I have are removed, and when I search for clues now, I'll no longer find any clues on the journey 100 to 151 to 120. I'll only find clues since they've left 120. Because they declare that they've reached a point at the end of the round, they have to reach the place that they're going and then not be arrested for it to be scored. Once they've put down the 4th of these discovery markers, they win the game. Finally, they have a couple of tricks up their sleeve. They have 2 coaches, 2 alleyway tokens, and 2 boats. These are special powers they can use when they take their move. So a coach, they place down, and it allows them to take 2 moves in one turn. So both these moves are logged on their sheet, but they get to do 2 moves one after the other in a single turn. Usually, the hidden player cannot move through the police tokens. However, with the coach, they can move through the police. So, for instance, if the hidden player was 89, usually this policeman would block them reaching 106. However, a coach would allow them to pass through. And this is to declare that they are playing a coach, and that uses up one of their 2 coach tokens. Alleyways allow them to make a move to any other from one side of a enclosed square or enclosed area to the other. So, for instance, let's say the hidden player was at 78. They declare that they're playing an alleyway. Rather than moving along the dotted lines, they can move to any other space that is adjacent to the area in this enclosed area by the dotted line. So, for instance, 78, we look at this block of buildings around here. They can move 78 to 79, 78 to 63, and so on. Finally, boat token is if they are on a blue square, they can move to any other blue square within that enclosed part of the river. And yeah, I think that is about everything. So I'll hand you over to us getting started. Alright, so I choose to... Okay, we'll just try and cover all of our bases, I guess. That's the thing, like, the horrible thing about being the police is, like, at the start of the game, you just... Well, actually, I guess I know where you are, and then I've got to sort of move everyone towards you, but then do I leave someone to try and head you off? Alright, so you now choose one of your 4 locations.
Yeah, well, you know, you mentioned it. I murdered someone right in the circus.
Wow, bold. A bold place to start. Okay, so and now you take your first turn. You make your first move.
Cool. So
I'm gonna
I'll write that down. That's 51.
Munch.
And then I'm gonna move to 28. I'm not telling lies. to throw you off the scent here. I would never do something like that. Or am I? Maybe I'm telling the truth. Double waff.
Well, that secret
So
Victorian.
The laws of adjacency again.
So
just so I can be clear on it.
And so for you, because you ignore the
I know
squares, like they're all adjacent. But for me, for instance, this one is only adjacent to 51.
Okay, yeah. So I just pretend any.
So you can.
I'm trying to. Some of them are a little more confusing because the Piccadilly Circus one is pretty obvious. Like there's a big circle around.
Yeah, it's a real pain for me. It's like, oh god, you could have gone to one of so many. Look at there's a lot of possible first moves.
Yeah. So what was a kind of example of what I'm trying to think of? I don't know. I mean, so basically, I don't know. As long as there's like a clear line of sight to somewhere, I could move it.
It doesn't even have to have like line of sight. So yeah, 51 to 28, that's fine because it is just one. As long as there is an uninterrupted dotted line, uninterrupted by other circles, that is
okay. Right. Yeah. As long as there's a dotted line uninterrupted, that makes sense. Yep. Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, you've picked a really good starting location.
Well, I mean, you're the one that told me, here's this really big central place that you could do an outlandish, clue drop in. What are the blues clues for? False clues.
Oh, I think there's an extra rule that you can add in where. I'm not sure about that, actually. They might be a holdover from possibly the less from Whitechapel game.
Yeah, because I don't actually see them on the components list.
Yeah, so in Less from Whitechapel, Jack can do a thing where he puts down a false clue.
Ah, okay.
And it's like I can't quite remember what. I think it basically stops the police investigating there. All right.
Nice.
The police are off. So, got to go yellow first. We're going to go 1, 2, then red. I'll try and get in there. Then green. It's going to go over there. I think it's going to be relatively quick looking for clues. They're all going to look for clues. Yellow. Have you been to 88?
No.
89? No.
Also no.
105?
I'm going to say that's a no.
86?
No.
And that is...
It'd be frankly alarming if I had been to any of these places. It would imply that I have cheated. So...
Yep. I mean, 55 is somewhere close to where you might have been, but...
No. I've also not been there.
71?
No.
Cool. Well, we'll skip looking for clues everywhere else, as it is impossible.
A pointless waste of time, yeah.
All right.
In fact, you should skip ever looking for clues again and just let me get away with it and win the game.
Oh, we forgot to move the... So, move number 2. Actually, I'll leave that to you. Basically, every time you make a move, you can just confirm it by moving up the thing one.
Yeah, okay. And so I imagine, is this like more a thing just for the TTS version, that there's like a smaller version of the map that I have that I could also put things on, I guess?
No, so in the real version, Jack gets basically a big paper screen that has the entire map printed on it.
Okay.
So basically it allows them to look at the map and where they need to go without staring at the board
without making it really obvious where they're looking at. I guess that's not so much of an issue in TTS.
Yeah.
Unless you're
hovering. Well, I can see where you're hovering. I can see your hand.
Oh, yeah, you can see my little hand, can't you? Oh, damn. I'm putting that to the bottom of the screen. Not gonna let you.
Yeah, what you want to do is use the pen tool to just slowly trace out exactly where you are.
Exactly. That's a good idea. I'll do that. So I started here, and then I will go up here, and
circle back on yourself.
and draw a penis. That's my plan. Right. Okay. I mean, because I'm very mature, I did immediately notice that the inspector things on the TTS mod are vaguely phallic, which I find amusing.
Yeah, it's that.
I have the brain of a
old
child.
style police hat.
All right, I have moved. Jack.
I should.
Mick Ripper.
Oh no, my mic is working good.
We haven't checked all our audio this time.
No,
so
I was looking at my levels and I was like, "Ooh, that's not going up and down." But no, it's just slightly off mic. That's fine.
Yeah, I just checked the stream because I remember the last times I had to do that. But we're getting better at this week on week. So.
All right. Wearing and Smoker are gonna go 1, 2.
Ooh.
Red.
Buckle my shoe.
Is gonna go 1, 2 over here. Green. 1, 2 over there. All right. Let's hunt for some clues. We're gonna go investigate with Wearing and Smoker. 83.
Can I just say do we have to go through all of them, or can I preemptively just say that it's no for? I'm pretty sure all of these are still not within.
You could make it to 83, so I'm going to start with 83.
Oh yeah, I could have. Yeah, that makes sense. I was being a dum-dum. No, I haven't been to 83.
Cool. Well, you can't make it to the others, so we'll go with Dr. Bond. I will start by searching for clues at 33.
That's a negative.
54.
Also a negative.
Could be, yeah, and 34.
Also a negative.
72. We'll start doing clues at green.
Also a negative.
Cool. So I think that everywhere else is impossible. Back to you for your third move.
Cool beans, everyone. Where am I? I just need to remind myself what these magic powers do again.
Basically, the coach is a double move. Alleyway is sort of move through a block, and then boat is use a boat.
Very cool, very cool. Okay. I tried to move using WASD and ended up writing a bunch of crap in my box instead. So I have a number and I'm like, WASD. I moved.
It's always the thing when you with the police, because you're looking at your potential movement and being like, do I just waste a turn of trying to get over to the far side of somewhere where I think you then pick up a cold lead, or do I try and...
Yeah, how spicy do you go?
I'm gonna go over here, Varian Smoker. Then Dr. Bond is gonna go 1, 2, and finally green is gonna go 1, 2. So we'll start by looking for clues with Wearing and Smoker. Have you been to 100?
No.
Have you been to 118?
No.
Ooh, okay. Who's next? Red. Have you been to 32?
So are you only allowed to, is there a limit to how many of them that you can call out, or?
As long as I get a no, I can call out every single one that's adjacent, basically. So Inspector Reed for green is adjacent to 3, and so he can call out all of them. But the moment, so.
Because you have to be because the black thingies count, right? Like
Yeah, for me,
you don't have the same range.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Inspector Reed is not adjacent to 36 because there's a space separating from it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was getting confused because I was like, why didn't you call it, I don't know, 119 or whatever? But that's out with your purview. So what were you saying, sorry?
So not there. Then we'll go to Dr. Bond, who's next. Have you been to 32?
I have not been to 32.
I can check 13. So have you been to 13?
I have not been to 13.
Good. And have you been to, searching for clues here, have you been to 53?
No.
Have you been to 54?
No.
Have you been to 55? Don't think so.
No.
Okay, well that's your turn.
Cool. Very cool. Where am I again? Which is I'm keeping up with placing my own little man just so I don't forget. I mean, I can just read, but that's hard, isn't it? Very stressful. I have moved.
Interesting. Right. We're gonna go 1, 2. Let's go 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Will we get a clue at such wearing a smoker? 82. Have you been to 82?
I have not been to 82.
Have you been to 99?
I have been to 99.
First clue.
A clue.
Damn. Why can't you have been up here where most of the police are?
Where the cops have gone. I will
Shit.
never be caught by cops.
Well, I guess we might as well search for some clues anyway. Red, have you been to 30?
No.
48?
Nope.
28?
No.
Cool. Have you been to 49?
Nope.
Have you been to 50?
Nope.
Wonderful. It's your turn.
Cool beans.
So that was potentially move 2.
Ba-bum. I have moved once again.
Okay, so let's move 1, 2, then move this guy 1, 2, him 1, 2, and starting with wearing a smoker again. Have you been to 117?
Yes.
Another clue.
He's got my trail on the scent.
Okay, so that might have been move 3. I think. Maybe. Probably. So that's number 3. What you want now? 5. Okay, so from there, you may have doubled back, you may not have, but you then went to 1, 3, 4.
All kinds of sneaky murderer shit.
So if that was
Who knows
4,
what's going through my sick brain?
could be anywhere. Okay, interesting. Alright. Your move.
Cool. So is it as soon as I reach a space, I have done a murder in want to do a murder in? I mean, I'm not actually there yet.
Yeah, so I think if you end your movement in...
Oh wait, no, I am. this is quite a long available move here. Quite a wide one. Okay, so I've ended my movement on my square, so I just plonk this down. Is that right?
Yeah.
Double checking.
Okay, so end of round. So when Jack reaches a new discovery location, so the end of the round, you declare whether or not you've reached a discovery location. So you basically have so you arrive at the space, I investigate, and then you declare whether or not you've reached a discovery location.
Okay, I'll put this away for now.
Okay.
I have done my move.
Okay, we'll go 1, 2, like that. Guys, we go 1, 2, 1, 2. It's really all on the journalist and his dog at the moment. Okay, let's start.
You can use a magical teleportation incantation.
I could.
All journalists know.
That's
how they get sources.
Yeah. I need a lead. I'm gonna manifest one. That could be. No, I think we'll hold off for now.
Sound.
And start by searching for clues at 153.
No.
155.
Yep.
Okay. So that 134 was probably 4.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. All right. I guess I didn't have to tell you that, but it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, considering like the amount of potential ways I could have got there are pretty limited. So,
well, it's like that. It's like that thing of that the further away you are, like I'm now only a move behind you. Because from there, your choices are one of 5, I think.
More than it looks like, actually.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, because it's like there's fine. Okay, yeah, there's actually several. Okay. Cool. Your next move. Actually, I mean, I could investigate with the other two, but I'm not going to bother.
Since the round ended with me on the square, plonk.
All right. So that is the case you can move from. I now have to remove these clue markers. You write in 159 into the second left-hand grey box, and you make your move, and you reset the counter to 0.
Yeah, I'm no longer. Well, I mean, you know, I'm less close to imminent shit. I mean, I guess it's like I have to think to myself, because obviously, you know, kind of vaguely, well, I want to go to one of two kind of quadrants. So I guess what I do is like, do I try and deliberately trip you up by doing something weird, or, you know, what's my stratagem?
But do I know that you know that I know that you know you think you're going to do something weird?
It's... I think you think this.
Never go up against a Sicilian when death is on the line. Got him thinking. It's like, well, good sign.
Got my brain creaking away, producing various uncomfortable noises.
Yeah, that is like. I would say that like I really like hidden movement games just because they cause such a roller coaster of emotions, especially and like a variety of emotions across the table at the same time. Where like there'll be moments where that like the hidden person is feeling like a super sneaky absolute genius, and then sometimes it changes in a turn, and then suddenly they're like, "Oh god, they're onto me," and it's just the most stressful thing.
I'm a genius. Oh no.
And equally, like as the police, you're like, "How on earth? Oh, I meant to catch them. Where on earth are they?" Actually, I mean, it's less extreme. Most of the time, you're wondering where on earth are they, and then you're sort of like, "I think I've got an idea."
Makes sense.
And hopefully, it's right.
Well, I'm gonna use a coach card, so I plonk that there.
Double move.
I'm gonna do a double move, so I'll move that up. And where do I want to go from 159? Everyone's favorite space.
That random bit of St. James's Park.
I guess I'll put like a 0 in one and then fill in the next one just so it's consistent with the movement icon. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway.
Yeah, so in the grayed out leftmost box, you put your starting number.
Yeah, I've done that, but I mean like because obviously I've used 2 there. Oh yeah, I guess I'd just put in the intermediate one. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you just write in 159.
Because it's technically 2.
Yeah, you're 159, the number you move to, and then the number you move to after that.
Yep. All right, well, that's my turn.
All right, policeman, activate. Someone has to move first. Not fast enough. Okay, we're gonna go 1, 2. I was gonna go 1.
He's making
2.
An encircling maneuver.
1, 2. Yeah, it's less. So there are parts on the board where the board is much more even on this compared to Leicester and Whitechapel, because in Leicester and Whitechapel there are parts where Jack can move much faster than the police just because of the way that and there'll be areas where Jack can move really fast, but then there are also areas where the police can move a lot faster than Jack.
Okay, yeah. This does seem quite even generally, because I've been like trying to keep an eye out for some really, quality primo movement lines, but I haven't seen any particularly. I mean, some look pretty good.
Okay. Have you been? So we'll search for clues wearing and smoker. Have you been to 139?
I have not been to 139.
Have you been to 137?
Nope.
138?
Nope.
Cool. And
I mean that fairly effectively cuts down the amount of areas I've been to, unless I've done something sneaky.
Well, I mean, because you could have just gone back on yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not going to bother searching for clues with them, so that is another round, and it's back to your move. Move number 3.
Cool. Keep on trucking in the direction I had intended, that God intended.
So, go 1, 2. Try and pick up a trail over here.
I guess
if I move that way, it's so slow. Okay, so we're gonna have to go around 1, 2, and then 1, 2. I've really put all the work onto this one journalist.
this man and his dog.
Yeah, they're getting everything done while the 2 policemen have been useless.
Dawdle about halfway across the city.
All right. Have you been to 160?
I have not been to 160.
Have you been to 177?
I have been to 177.
Ooh, I reckon you went 177, 179. That's just my thoughts.
I wouldn't do anything like that.
All right. Your next move. Yeah, and because we're playing this one player, you're also spared the. Well, you lose out on the joy, but you're spared the tension of hearing the police discuss their thoughts about where you're going and where they're going to move. Because I think so basically one of the rules is that all of the communication between the investigating team has to be open, and they can't hide anything from the hidden player. And so there'll be moments where you hear the police discussing, oh, maybe it's going off that way, and you're like, ha 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 ha, and going off the other way.
Ha ha, fool.
I'm a genius. And then there'll be other moments where they're they're discussing exactly where you are, and you're like, don't react.
Pretend that I'm not here. I am invisible.
But then what's worse is my favorite thing is that you realize that, oh, hang on, if you allowed yourself to gloat early on or be a little bit smug, you suddenly realize, wait, I have to keep up being smug even if they know exactly where I am, because otherwise that betrays too much.
I can't let the illusion fall, or they'll realize that my mental state is variable.
All right. Let's go test this 179 theory.
Or just look
1, 2.
Constantly emotionally devastated. That's my plan.
Yeah, it's wise.
Maybe I could I have done that? Maybe.
Red. It's gonna go 1, 2. Green. It's gonna go 1. I mean, that feels fast, but I don't know if it is actually that fast. 2. Okay, it's back to you, Jasper TC Waring, Smoker. Have you been to 178?
I haven't been to 178.
Have you been to 179?
Yeah, I've been there. Done that. Got the t-shirt.
1, 2 is my thoughts. Real 4, so I'm not too far behind. Not too far behind. Ish.
You're miles behind. You're miles behind. Way off. I mean, I've only made so many moves, but you're somehow miles off. Just trust me. You have no idea what's going on through my genius brain, okay? It's a question about the boat ones, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming I would need to start the turn on a boat square.
Yes. So you'd need to move to a blue, and then the next turn you could say, I'm using a boat. I'm getting a little rowing boat.
Yeah. Anyway, psych, I'm using an alley.
Shit. So yeah, you'd put it to 5, basically. So
Oh yeah, because it's only a single.
Yeah, so the silver points to 5. So basically, you moved from 4 to 5. Via an alleyway.
Wee.
Oh, it's getting clever now. Alright, we'll just move up the 1 space. I mean, that is a very good place to use. That's like a big block to use an alleyway. So I'm suspicious of.
Yeah, I could have gone anywhere.
But then also, maybe you're just using it on like a little small one to throw me off. Who knows? Let's go 1. I'm gonna sit there. We'll see. You're at 129, perhaps.
129.
And then I'm gonna go 1.
I don't know
2.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. So, clue time. We're gonna search for clues. 180.
You know it.
Oh, I reckon. I really. So yeah. I'm really tempted to go for the big arrest at 129, but instead I'm going to search for clues and search for clues at 129.
No, I've not been at 129.
Okay. Well,
you should have done it though, just because it would have been funny. But
have you been to 130?
No.
Have you? So searching for clues with Dr. Bond. Have you been to 133?
No.
Have you been to 132?
No.
Been to
I've not been to any of the. No.
Yeah, cool. Your next move. That was 2. Move.
I have moved.
Where did you use? Go 1, 2, and then I'm gonna move. I'm really tempted to just hold position. Hold position with everyone. And we're going to shuffle 1 forwards just to try and cover that one. And Reds. I can't get, like, if I move them down here too quickly, then risk getting past them. Red's going to stay where they are. And just kind of sit tight, play backstop. Alright, Smoker and Jasper are going to search for clues. Have you been to 183?
No.
Have you been to 181?
Nope.
Have you been to 165?
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah, so that was 3. You made a move after that. So if you want to want it's an alleyway, maybe, or then that might have been the alleyway at 5. Alleyway. 5.
I like the it's like little threads and stuff that you're putting on a big board.
Exactly. So if you were then, so that was number. So that was move 5. You're only 1 away from here.
Yeah.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah.
And but you also asked about boats, so you might well be at 166.
I may well have fucked off there, but I would ask you not to come knocking, please.
we're gonna
considered rude.
All right, green can't do much about that. Is going to search for clues. 124, 142.
Nope.
Okay. 143.
No.
Cool, and I'm not gonna bother searching with red. We're closing the net.
And you know what net I'm closing? A fishing net on my fucking boat. Go to the right place, please. No, I moved both boat cards. That explains why they're
Two
being
boats.
rude to me.
Alright, so good. I reckon.
Wonder how they figure out that I've been like on a boat. Like, no, some guy saw a boat yesterday. I guess the reason there's like a move counter is obviously to avoid just like killer just dicking around,
yeah, just
and
circling
making pointless
forever.
dickhead moves and wasting time.
Basically. Right, so you've boated somewhere, so
I have indeed.
Okay, we're gonna go. Can I get to any? But I can get to which boats can I get to? I can go one. Actually, I can't move him first. I've got to move these guys. I don't go in there. If I'm honest.
I mean, do you ever end up having arguments if you're playing as the investigators about?
Yeah, sort of. Where you're like,
you have to convince people of your case.
Yeah, so like the general because you like when you play with more players, you control a single policeman,
one
and then you like if there's any left over, you kind of like just use that. That one's just kind of moved by committee. So which that like so this one only plays 4, and I would still play it at 3 max, just because I think if like I mean you can't like if you've got a group of 3 that are really happy to work together as a team and good at thinking together, then that can work. But it's just like because the police team are only really discussing, and like if you're the third person that isn't that involved in the like sleuthing and all you're doing is just moving 2 spaces and searching, it's not very exciting.
Yeah, I guess in this game, the one person playing Smoker and Waring would have been doing everything, and everyone else has just basically been dicking around. And
so like I think it works slightly on the player count, and then Letters from Whitechapel I think plays up to 5, and I think I would never play it with the full 5 players, just because I think the division of labor just kind of divides up too much for the police team if you've got 4 of you. Okay, so you did a boat to 7, and we're gonna go 1, 2. No, gotta move yellow first. Don't want to move. I feel like it's only one. Okay, yellow can get there. Okay, we're just gonna. Yellow's just gonna confirm theories, and that's all Yellow's gonna do. We're gonna play it safe and just confirm stuff. Green is gonna go 1, 2. Red is gonna go 1, 2. And the ever dependable Jasper TC Waring is gonna search for clues at 166.
166. You would come to 166. I've not fucking been there.
What?
Why would I be there? Why would I be at 166? That's a stupid place to go with that.
Was it 184? I don't know anymore. Everything's damn it.
I see what you mean. If you were the the temptation to just be a smug bastard, like I've not been there, is unbearable. And yet, you'd have to maintain that veneer the whole time. Otherwise, the despair on realizing they're onto you would be very difficult.
Yeah, because the moment where you have to where you take a risk to try and basically, because you can almost move into spaces in the hopes that they move over you at at times. And there are times where it's a really close call and you've just got to be playing it cool and you're just super stressed.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there, no biggie. I was there at some point.
Okay, Dr. Bond, have you been to 131?
No.
Nowhere else you can search. Inspector Reed, have you been to 130?
No.
Have you been to 110?
Nope.
Good. Okay. Your move.
Making it quick and
doing
as it do.
1, 2 in there.
That's a solid. That's a powerful square.
Yeah, it's a good one. And he move in there. Should have moved first. We're gonna go back there to see if that was where you were.
Is that a question?
And then no.
Do I have my lawyer?
Okay, so you've moved to a boat in this bit of the river. Not there, wasn't there, wasn't 166. Here. Yeah, green might as well move down too. So, yellow,
cool.
searching for clues. Have you been to 184?
I have been to 184.
Oh, so you went.
That's my dock of choice. Upon the Thames.
5. Who's next? Red. Have you been to 144?
I have been to 144.
Yeah, I should have asked.
Other dock of choice on the Thames.
Oh, guys, he's here. He's here. So that was 6. That was 7.
Where have I gone? You will never find me.
Green. Yeah, it's just doing some stuff. I'm just chilling. Have you been to 143?
No.
Cool. I won't bother asking the rest.
And so the round ends?
Yep, that's the end of the round.
Boo doo 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 doo.
That's right next to me.
Discovery.
Interesting.
I am, in fact, right there. So I just chuck all these cards into a discard pile then once I detach them. Fuck off into the void.
I only just noticed the creepy London street that we're in for the mod.
Yeah, I did as well. Because I was looking down so much, I was just like, oh, there's nothing here, and it's like, oh, ooh.
Big spooky lamp.
Yeah. Get all these yellow things off here. You're not allowed to know where I am anymore. Well, you obviously know exactly where I am, so I'm not sure that matters too much.
Goodbye.
All right.
Notations.
Beginning of the third penis round murder hole. You know what I mean.
All right.
Death.
It's the final. I mean, home straight.
Yeah.
Just got to make it out of there. And
I'm gonna make it out of there by car. I'm taking a coach. And from 145, I mean, I've got some pretty good movement options. I can really fuck off.
It's the distance of that I really don't like.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not so bad because there's not that many black things the crossing in between comparatively. But yeah, I've moved.
Right, what's his ability? Oh, he can do the big arrest. That's probably.
I mean,
Right,
would
we'll go
I?
1, 2.
The red guy can do an alley thing, can't he?
Yeah, which isn't.
Only very situationally useful, I guess.
Problem is, I've now got I've got policemen queuing up at this point, so I've got to go. I can only go 1 at this point, and then he's got to go.
Oh,
2.
so they can't pass each other either.
They can pass each other, but they cut because they can only go over each other. They can't end in the same space.
Oh, okay. They really don't like each other. They don't get on. They argue.
Well, I mean, they're all from different divisions, and he's not even a policeman.
This London street ain't big enough for the two of us.
All right. How have you been to 108?
I haven't. Which one's that again? No, I haven't been.
Have you been to 131?
No.
Have you been to 142? I'm doing these clues completely out of order, but I don't think it's necessary.
142. No.
Yep. Cool. I'll end it there.
Nice. Wow, that's actually.
That speedy getaway over the bridge. Oh.
Exactly. It's a murderer's life. I can see how you got away with it.
Yeah. And it's so annoying when you know that at best you can get to the point where you think they were last turn. You can't get to when they're going to be or ahead of them. It's just all right. Made your move.
Yep.
Cool. So yellow. 1, 2. Red.
Well, there's an interesting one in the little rule thing down the side that I didn't know, but I've not done it yet anyway, or done it at all. That Jack cannot special move to a new discovery, so I couldn't coach to the exact spot a discovery is going to be on.
Oh yeah, that's true. I had forgotten. So I knew there was something about when you could use special moves, but
yeah,
I don't remember what it was.
Oh, I see up there. There's actually 2 blue ones you can go across without a boat. I guess because they've got a line. Is that what that implies?
Yeah, I assume so. I guess it's just a bonus river crossing.
Yeah.
I guess because that corner of the map doesn't have a bridge like the bottom does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yellow. Not gonna bother looking. Is the time? Okay, we'll start with red. Have you been to 109?
No.
Have you been to 112?
No.
Okay, you didn't even cross the. Where did you go? If you didn't cross the bridge, that right?
It's for me to know and for you to find out, buddy. I don't talk to cops.
And then green. Have you been to 94?
No.
Cool. 7. That's also really good. Damn it. Cool. Your move.
Move made.
I can't get there. Red can. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Right. Red is going to make an alley move.
Ooh. There's actually a massive alley right next to it. That's really interesting.
Okay. Probably it disables him for a turn, so he can't then do anything. But
yeah, I guess.
I think you're at 46. Maybe. Let's guess. We're gonna alley move here. Wait. Okay. So I will do that because I've got to move yellow first.
Okay. Yeah. You're planning on doing this.
2. 1. I can't move any further. So then red uses his alley move.
Nice, nice.
Shoots over there. And go there. Yellow. Have you been to 130?
Nope.
Green, have you been to... No, red. Can't do anything. So green, have you been to 79?
Nope.
That's my turn. Oh, no.
Damn
it!
Plonk right next to you as well.
Oh, it's all over. So, I guess that one and then there.
Yeah, I'd gone 145 because I was like, wow, that's a really ridiculously long like lane you can move up.
Yeah.
I was like, let's go 144, 114, 97, 46, then 62.
Easy.
I mean, you were still like almost there.
Yeah, I was almost there, but just too slow.
Yeah, it seems quite difficult to win against the. I mean, I guess it's kind of appropriately difficult because it was hard to catch Jack the Ripper, I guess.
It varies. I mean, like, I think there'll be games where it's like,
yeah, there was some bits I was sweating. I was like, oh no, but
yeah, I mean, there'll be, yeah, I know. I think it is relative. Like, I think it's one of those ones where it is fairly balanced, but then so it gives you all these optional rules that you can then use to like adjust if you're finding, like, your group is finding one wins more than the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty fun though. I can imagine this being a really fun like social game, to play with friends.
Yeah, like I like it. It's I just really enjoy being the like particularly enjoy being the hidden person. And
yeah,
it's exciting. Like I like hidden movement games a lot. So there's not that many.